What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Swinging Sunday Scan for March 20th, Express Edition. If any of this content helped you out in any way, please do me a favor and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future, and click the bell if you want to get notifications anytime I put out new content. Let's get to it. We put out a video last week, midweek, on this first green day here when the SPY was bouncing, the S&P 500, and the market has continued rallying since. We've since broken this pivot at the 440 area, and it is at this moment looking pretty bullish. However, we're running into a lot of areas of resistance, so I'm ready to short. Two areas specifically I'm looking at is this red line, which is this 50 period moving average, also the yellow line, which is a 200 period moving average. We have a pretty good extension on the market towards the upside. I'd be happy on taking some relatively weak stocks short. Last week I mentioned I was in MODV. We had a bit of a bounce with the rally in the market, but we are looking like we're heading back down. I am going to move my risk down to this 117.65 area, which will basically be cutting my risk in half. I got a full stop on my AMSWA. I remember calling this stock and mentioning that the bounce on this was not that extended, and I was happy to take this short again if we were to head back into this red area. However, I'm not a big fan of how wide this red bar is. The risk to reward is no longer that great. I'll keep watching this though for another potential entry. Last week I also called TALO for a potential bounce with the market. Unfortunately, this one's looking relatively weak because it really hasn't bounced with the market. However, I did get in this one this week on Monday. In some ways, this one is kind of trading on its own page, so I'm happy to hold this one even if we're about to see a pullback to help diversify the portfolio and hopefully get a decent move on this one to the upside. Another one that I mentioned in previous weeks was MCD, McDonald's. I was looking for a bounce somewhere up into this green box or red box area. However, we didn't get that much of an extension. However, we are looking at some relatively narrow range bars, not as narrow as I would like. However, according to my plan, this is almost ready for a short, so I'm going to be watching this one for an entry, but it's not ready yet according to my plan. Another one I have entered into my platform to enter is RBA. I'm currently not in this position yet, but I will be in this if it does go below this 174.40 area. The risk to reward on this one is fantastic. We have plenty of room before this pivot to hit 3R. Much like in previous weeks, guys, I am focusing on short for this Sunday scan, and wow, I found so many. I really just had to focus on some of the best ideas, but I did put a lot on the list that I thought had potential. So I'm just going to name them off real quick. This is the Express Edition. Here we go. First, MEDP short, BOOT short, EXTR, GTLB. This one looks good. HCP. Most of these are not ready yet, but I will be watching these for an entry. ARCT, BRLT. We just crossed earnings, so this one we have lots of time before next earnings. ATLC. This one would be good to go under that red bar. However, the wideness of that bar, it kind of ruins the risk to reward, so I'll probably be ignoring this one, but still looks pretty good heading towards the downside. LTH, APPS, GXO, FLGT, WMG, VRSK. This one is rallying pretty hard with heavy volume, so I'd be a little nervous taking this one just because it looks very bullish, but the extension is really nice and it is trading really smooth. I'd have to see some more signs to get in this one to be more confident on taking this one short. HOV, BPMC, KKR, IAA. This one's ready to go under the lows of that red bar. Again, a little bit wide, ruins risk to reward a little bit, but I think we have room 3R to the bottom of that pivot around that $32 area. CPRT, this one's also ready to go under that red bar, under the lows of today's red bar. ZS, ELF, my trading platform, IBKR, Interactive Brokers Short. TCX, This one looks good to go again under the lows of today's red bar. Again, wide range bar, risk to reward not looking super great, but looks like we have room at least about 2R to the bottom of that pivot. MCO, TTC, and finally STZ, not a lot of room until earnings, and this one is pretty choppy. Thanks guys for tuning in. I hope some of this content helped you out. If it did, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. If you click that bell, you'll get notifications anytime I put out new content. Have a good week, guys. Be well and trade safe. Thanks.